Hi guys, welcome to Pointy Not Sharp. Today we're taking a look at the Bulgarian AK74 Bayonet, also known as the 6x5 or the Type 3 AK Bayonet. These were made for, as you guessed, the AK74 in 5.45mm, and apparently they also fit the AKM. They were actually made in the Bulgarian State Arms Factory, which is now known as the Arsenal JS Company. And they started manufacturing in 1986 and they're still making them now. They made them alongside the Russians, who also started production in 1986, and they're the only two arsenals that are making these. Now, these replaced the Type 2 AK bayonets, or the 6x4s, and I've got one here for comparison. So I'll move this to the side, see if I can make this work. And then I've got a Yugoslavian, I don't have a Bulgarian, put next to it for comparison, and we'll run through some of the features. So the construction of the AK74 blade, you'll notice it has a milled recession on either side of the blade here, and a slight false edge, where the blade profile's changed considerably from the Type 2. It's got the same hole for the wire cutter, still got a sawback, although quite minor compared to what they used to be. One big difference, and this will be really difficult to bring out on the video, is the angle of the blade here. The actual edge is very, very steep, so you would not be able to sharpen that into anything meaningful, anything sharp. Up the top here, it's completely flat. So up the top here, it's completely flat. And as it comes down, it gradually gets steeper and steeper and steeper. And towards the very bottom here, you do get a little bit of an edge, but not very much. Compare that to the earlier bayonet, and you got quite a decent knife edge along the length of the blade. So the handle itself is made of polymer, and the tang only comes halfway down the blade. That does make the handle a bit weaker and does make the bayonet subject to breaking. I've seen a couple of these with broken handles. However, it's reasonably sturdy, and you have to do a fair bit to it to break it. The reason it has the half tang is for insulation when you're cutting electrified wire, and that's no different than the Type 2. The Type 2 also only has a half tang. So I've been told the tang comes down to about the second knuckle. So what's that? About that line there. Moving down from the handle, got a pommel on it. So again, polymer. The old one has the metal pommel. So the pommel is not connected to the tang for insulation purposes. It's only connected to the Bakelite grip. I'll do a full breakdown video of this some other time. And yeah, so I might move on to the scabbard. There is a bit of a difference in the scabbards. So the new scabbard is a little bit longer. Actually, that's something else I should have covered off. The new blade is also longer. I've been told it's about just over a centimetre longer. So I'll put them side by side for comparison. There you go, you can see there's a slight difference. And the AK74 bayonet is lighter than this one here. Mainly in the grip. The grip's made of polymer, very, very light. Bakelite, a bit heavier. So I'll get rid of the old one. Don't need to look at that for the moment. A couple of the other differences. I've got a Polish AKM bayonet here as well. So they did away with the retaining strap and the hook for retention in the hand. So as you can see, hook's completely gone, and the hole that would hold the retaining strap doesn't even exist anymore. And we've still got the wire cutters up the front, no change. For anyone who hasn't seen how they work before, just clip it in, cut, and hold it nice and low, should be insulated. Use the clip down here, disconnect it from the frog, so you're not awkwardly trying to cut it while it's still cut with it while it's attached to your belt. No change there. And that's been copied and used by plenty of others, like the Yanks use it in their M9 bayonet, the Germans in their KCB-77, so it's been widely copied. In terms of the feel, as I said, it's pretty light. It does feel pretty good in the hand. It's got a decent little spear point to it. I don't think you get it terribly sharp, so I don't think it'll make a terribly efficient combat knife or field knife, but it feels quite good. But we'll dive into the markings. So, first up, we've got the 2 circles with the 10, and that's the arsenal marking for Bulgaria. If this was a Russian variant, that would be a triangle. Then we have a 1-2 on the scabbard there, just above my thumb. It's also on the pommel, just here. And that's a molding number. So there's also a 1-1, and that's the same with the Russians as well. So this is the later version, the 1-2. I don't know what the difference is between the two. I know with the Russians, the 1-1 has like a plum hue to it, like a deep purple if you look at it under the right light. And the 1-2 is just pure black. But I couldn't tell you what the difference is with the Bulgarian. Then we've also got a serial number engraved in the handle and the base of the scabbard there. This one's not matching. And finally, we've got this white marking on the base of the scabbard. So it looks like we've got an E here, and I can't make out what this is, it's too smudged. I've seen this white marking on a couple of others, so this isn't just a one-off. And it was a lot more legible on the others I've seen. It looked like lettering or numbers, but nothing meaningful. I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's a proof mark, or if you know, let me know. Now, these are obviously used by the Bulgarians and the Iraqis. The Iraqis using their AR M1 version, which I've already been over. It's the ears and the nylon frog. They were used in Afghan and Iraq by the Bulgarians, who served in both over the last 20 years, and they're obviously used by the Iraqi army still. They also had a minor deployment, well, they might have had a minor deployment in the 2011 military intervention in Libya. I don't know if they were used, but the Bulgarian Navy moved in and helped with the blockade or maritime deployment or whatever it was they did outside Libya, and they also had special forces. I don't know if the special forces used these, but it's the potential. Anyway, guys, I quite like this one. It's a really handy little knife, even if it's not sharp. If you know anything more about it that I've missed, or if I've made any mistakes, please let me know. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching.